I got the circuit breaker back on. See how it's lit up right here? That's how you want it. So at night, you can see that light. Now we're going to try turning it on. On is up to the top, and voila, we have light. Okay, turn it back off. It's lit, and there we go. That's our project on installing a light switch. That's a single pole light switch that's lighted. Okay, if this was a three-way switch somewhere else, you could get a three pole or a three-way light switch that's lighted, and you could put that on there. And you remember we saw a black wire up there and a red wire. I didn't see any three-way switches anywhere, and I do not think that the one I took out was a three-way. It just did not. See, there was only 2 screws here. Usually there's something funky and there'll be another screw or something. It might be on the different side. And then so red would definitely have to go on one side. The black would have to go definitely on the other side. And after I put this in, I thought, you know what? Maybe, I remember there were some light switches in the bedroom that I didn't know where they went, but I can't for the life of me think that they ran a three-way switch from the garage here and not inside the house right there, but way over into the bedroom where you can turn the garage lights on in the bedroom. I don't think that's what they did, but you know what? I mean, just for the sake of argument, I'm not gonna make the video part of it. I'm gonna turn the breaker back off. I'm gonna take this back off. I'm gonna put this one back on there, and I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit and turn some of the light switches on in the bedroom. That's by the double door going into the bedroom, to see if anything, for any unknown reason, why they might have ran a three-way switch somewhere else, because obviously that three-way switch is not going to work somewhere else. And I'm not an electrician who does troubleshooting like that all the time and knowing exactly, without taking a light fixture apart and doing some other stuff and going back and forth. I'm just going to kind of play around with that, with this one switch. I'm going to turn the power back off. I'm going to pull that off, put the wires in here, mess around with it, see if I can make another switch in the house work this garage. I don't really think I can, but I'm going to go the extra mile and just check that out and see, just for the sake of it, for my own benefit, because this is something slightly different than what I'm used to. I'm going to go the extra mile because that's what Joe does. I'll let you know. Don't worry. I'm going to let you know what I ended up finding out before I finish this video. But we're almost done. Well, you know why I'm checking this out? Because I want to have you know that anything that I make a video of, that you feel comfortable in doing it as well. Any average Joe, I always say, hey, I'm just an average Joe. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, checking this, it's off. I turned it back off. Because generally, when you're replacing a single pole light switch, a switch that goes up to lights and you can only turn it on and off in one location, that's called a single pole light switch. All I did was replace it with a single pole lighted light switch, and I believe this is a single pole light switch. But generally, when you replace like for like, you will see that most of the time you got 2 black wires coming in to feed a single pole light switch. You don't generally have a black wire and a red wire. So that's kind of stumping me, unless, like I said, the electrician only had some extra wire. Usually you use that for three-way wiring, a black, white, ground, and a red. For three-way switches or four-way switches, you don't usually run those down to one-way, one-way switches, single-pole switches. So I'm thinking the electrician, that's the only wire he had left. He wanted to get it fixed, taken care of, without going back to the store because he ran out of the other. Or that this could in fact be a three-way light switch from somewhere else. I just don't think it is though. But I'm going to go the extra mile to find out without having to pull anything else out apart somewhere else. Because usually, like I say, when you pull out a switch like this and you think it's just a single pole light switch, you can have two black wires coming in here with the ground. Usually whenever I see a red wire coming to a light switch, that generally tells me this is for a three-way light switch or a four-way light switch. And then they wire it in such a fashion to where everything gets hooked up properly for three-way or four-way switches. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm just going to go the extra mile. I wasn't here 17 years ago to see if the electrician who did this did it right. I don't know if the existing plans show it that way. Well, I got half of it out. So I'm pushing in with this little screwdriver. See, I have to push in really super hard there because the slot is shorter than the other one. When I took it out, maybe I can, it's hard to see. There, see? Got it out. And I could probably undo everything and without undoing this ground wire, let's say, but I'm going to hook it up properly with the other. See, I took the, that's all right. I took the screw out all the way. And you can take them out, the ground screw out all the way. There's a definite little tightness that you want to get it out a little bit further, you can. And I just put that back in. I could leave that all the way, or I could take it out, you know, just crimp it back a little bit with my screwdriver and get it ready for the other one now to make sure I don't get them mixed up, which I didn't get them mixed up. So I wasn't going to show you this part, but I guess you can just call this a bonus, huh? I'm just putting this is like if you were just to take one out and put another one in. You can see it doesn't take long. And the funny thing is, I don't remember at this point which was red, which was black. I think the black was down at the bottom. I think it was, and I think the red was up here. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to turn the power back on. I'm going to mess with this. I'm going to go into the bedroom, the master bedroom, because maybe there's a three-way there. And if I determine that there's a three-way there, I can't use a single pole light switch for a three-way, because then the other plug's not going to work, and you could have some wiring issues and so forth and so on. I want to get down to the bottom of it. Now, when I turn the breaker back on, if this doesn't work this way, and I can't find it anywhere else in the house, let's say, then I could swap these two, turn the power back off, pull these out, flip these, try it again. But I'm pretty sure that's the way it went. You know, that the red was up high, believe. I still think that's a single pole. Sometimes it might say three-way on the switch somewhere, but this one I couldn't find writing on it anywhere. Okay, so like I say, I'm going the extra mile for your benefit, especially if you run into this, not necessarily in a garage. What if you run into it in a hallway and you're not quite sure and you see a red wire? Go the extra mile. I thought I did go the extra mile at the first of this video. Remember I said I was wondering if it was a three-way. I looked in there. I did a little bit of due diligence. But then when I saw the red wire, before I took it all apart, I should have maybe turned the power back on done what I'm going to do now. But I'm going to do that now, see what I come up with.